right, welcome to the Davidson County Lexington Airport in Lexington, North Carolina. We're here on the end of the runway, or beginning, whichever way you look at it, looking at the runoff area. So we were talking last week about kind of checking out the aerial images of your local airport that you frequent to get an idea of alternate landing locations. So the good thing is when the airports are built, they're typically built with safety in mind. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you look at the runway behind us here, you can see that there is a kind of a clear area past the runway, and that's called a runway safety area. So the design principle is that well, if an aircraft goes off the end, that there's a good amount of space there for the aircraft to run off the end of the runway without hitting another obstacle. But sometimes, depending on the airport, it's not as easy to design these in due to property issues. So they may have had to orient the runway a certain way, or they just simply don't have the property rights to have a large enough area for folks to be able to run off the end and not have any problems and whatnot. This RSA looks pretty decent, but sort of like our aerial images, is probably a good idea to check out some of the unique features. I notice on the side closest to us, if you were having to run off the runway and go to the right, that it does drop off pretty good. And on the other side, it looks like there's a little bit of a steep ledge there, but for the most part, worst case scenario, had to run off the end of the runway, that you would have a pretty good run there and it would culminate into a fence, a safety net, if you will. But it's nice to know on the planning and design side that there is some good thought going into airport construction.